everyone, this is a video introduction to Big Blue Button. Big Blue Button is a web conferencing program that is specifically designed for education. You can host live class sessions with Big Blue Button. You can host student help sessions, which can be one-on-one or with a small group of students. You can even host team meetings or work with other professionals within City High, like your team teachers, to video conference with them in a much more secure environment. It is similar to Google Meet and Zoom, although it has much more functionality than a Google Meet, and it is much more secure than Zoom. So I'll be showing you some of those features that make Big Blue Button really superior to some of the other things that are out there for distance education. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to get started with Big Blue Button. I'll show you how to access it and to set up a room. I will show you how to invite participants, how to start a meeting, and how to upload a presentation to help you guide your class along. So the nice thing about Big Blue Button is there's nothing to download. There are no files needed. You don't need to install anything on your laptop. Students don't need to install anything, so this makes it very easy for everybody to access in our current situation. So let's get started. First of all, you just need to open up your Chrome browser, and in your search box you want to type meeting.cityhigh.org. And that will take you right to Big Blue Button. Now, the first time you access this, it's going to ask you to sign in using your City High Gmail account, and that makes it nice and secure. So since Big Blue Button, this version of it, is hosted on our City High server, only people with a City High Gmail account can access it. So we won't have any Zoom bombing. So when you sign in, it'll ask you to use your City High Gmail account. I've already been logged in, so I'm already a user there. We will all be users. All faculty members will be as faculty, and so you have the capability to create your own rooms and be the moderator. So when you first open this, you will see a room called Homeroom. Now, I've just changed that to Advisory, but you can call it whatever you like, and the way that you change that is to click on the three buttons of your room and click Room Settings, and right here is where you can change the name of it. It's a good idea to click Mute Users when they join. That way, when students start jumping into your room, they're not all coming in talking and loud. They'll all be muted, and then you can choose to unmute them as you like. So another nice thing about Big Blue Button is the moderator, you as the teacher, have total control over all of your participants' webcams and microphones. And if you lock their mute, they cannot unmute themselves. So it allows you some more control than you had in a Google Meet. This is an extra security feature. If you want to approve each one before they enter, you can do that, but since we have security through our City High Gmail accounts, that's not really necessary. And you don't want to allow any user to start this meeting or all users to join as moderators, unless you're just working with other teachers. So any changes you make, you want to update your room. So these are the three rooms that I have right now. I have an advisory room, and when I click on that, this is the access code for me to invite participants. If I want to go to my 9th grade science live room, you'll notice that that access code changes, and it's constant. So anytime I want to use this room, I'll have that same access code. This was a test room that I created, so let me show you how to create a new room. You just click on the Create a Room button. You can enter your room name here, so we'll just say this is our video test room. We will mute all users when they join. We'll create our room, and here it is, video test. Now you can change those settings anytime you want, and you can manage the access people have to that, and you can also delete that at any time. So when you want to invite people to that room, you make sure you have clicked on that button, and this is the access code. You copy that, and once it's copied, you can send that through an email. You can post that on your Google Classroom. You can add that to a calendar invite, the same way that you invited students and other teachers to your Google Meet session. You can invite them to a Big Blue Button meeting. Then all you need to do is click on the Start button. When you enter your room, it'll ask you if you want to use your microphone or you're going to be listen only. As the moderator, you want to be able to use your microphone. It'll give you an echo test, so you want to say a few words. And if you can hear your words, your audio is working, you click yes. If not, you would want to click no, and it'll walk you through some simple troubleshooting steps to fix your audio. So this is the basic room. You'll notice it looks very much like a Google Meet or a Zoom session. We'll start on the left-hand side over here. There is a public chat feature that you're probably used to, and this is where the public chat shows up. Here's the box where you can type your message to your students. Another nice feature of Big Blue Button is that there is a private chat feature. So in future videos, when I have some participants in here to demonstrate with you, they'll be able to private chat with me also. So if a student's not comfortable with asking a question in front of the entire room, they can click on your name and send you a private chat message, and you can talk privately with them. There's a shared notes option where everyone in the room can work in this notes document. You can save it and publish it later. But that's kind of a nice feature if you have a note taker or a co-teacher who's going to help to take notes there. And then all of your users will show up here. So as the moderator, you have a square icon. You can see my audio is muted right now. All I have to do is unmute myself. And those are the same options that you have for all of the users. So when you have participants in here, you'll be able to unmute their microphone. Now here's another really nice feature that you couldn't do with other programs. You and all of your participants can set your status. Here are all your options. Students can mark themselves as away if they have to get up from their laptop for a minute. They can raise their hand to ask a question. So since you're not going to have students chiming in with their audio, they can raise their hand, and you'll see their icon changes to a raised hand, and then you can call on them. You can ask them to put their question in the chat, or you can open up their microphone for them to speak to the room. They can give you an undecided, confused, sad, happy, applaud. Can everybody hear me? Thumbs up or thumbs down. So that's a really nice feature. And also they can clear their status right there, or you can clear their status. Once you've answered a question, you can clear their status so that you know you've lowered their hand. So this is where all of your users will show up. If you want to change this back to the chat, you just click on the public chat and all of the chat will show up. Up here, this is where your class name will show up. This is where you can start your recording. So if you want to record this for later playback, you click on that button, you say yes to start the recording, and you'll see the red dot up there. That means you are recording. So that stays up there always to remind you that you're recording. If you ever want to stop it, you just click on it again. I have no reason to record this, so we won't record it this time. This is a generic slide that is automatically loaded in here that's just telling you about Big Blue Button, but it doesn't have to stay this way, and I'm going to show you how to change that in a minute. You have some options over here that we'll talk about in a later video, but you can always make this full screen. You can change some settings. You can also end the meeting and log out over here. You do have an interactive whiteboard and annotation tools over here, which means that you can draw and make notes right on your screen. This allows you to change the size of your screen. Down here are your controls. This is your mute button to mute yourself. This is your option to leave the audio. This is your webcam. If you want to share your webcam and appear on screen for your students, it's just the click of a button. And this also allows you to share your screen. Now, in other programs, the only option you had to show students things was to show them your screen. You can still share your screen here, but you have a different option that I'm going to show you right now as far as loading a presentation into this area, which makes it much more efficient. And you don't have to worry about showing your email accidentally or clicking on the wrong tab. Over here, we're just about full circle all the way back to the beginning. You have some really nice action buttons. You can start a poll, which I'll talk about in a later video. You can share an external video. So if you have a video you want all students to watch with you at the same time, all you have to do is copy the URL address in there, click share the new video, and everybody gets to watch that video at the same time with you. The thing I'm going to show you right now is how to upload a presentation. So when you click on that, it asks you to browse for your file. So all you'll want to do is find the presentation that you want to show. So typically it would come to my desktop here. I know that in my Big Blue Button folder I have a PowerPoint presentation called Big Blue Button Intro. Now you will need to change any Google Slides file to a PowerPoint, but that's really just 2 clicks. It doesn't recognize Google Slides right now, but that's very easy to convert to a PowerPoint. If you don't know how to do that, I can show you quickly. Just ask me. But your file will show up here, and as long as that green check mark is there, when you click upload, it will upload your file. There's also a nice feature right here which allows your presentation to be downloaded by anybody in your room. So if you want everyone in your room to have their own copy of that presentation, you click that, and I'll show you where the button shows up that they can download their own presentation. So as long as you have the green check there, you click upload and it will upload your file. Now you can do this before you start your meeting. You can get into your room at any time. You can have it all set up prior to having your meeting, or you can do this on the fly if you need to add something last minute as you're talking. So here it is. It shows up. This is my PowerPoint. I can scroll through it 1 slide at a time, or I can jump to slides if I want to go straight up to slide 7 and back to slide 2. I can do that very easily. Again, your tools are available here to annotate right on your slide and to let students do that as well, and I'll show you that in a later video. And so this makes it really easy to have your talking points, your objectives, your directions, screenshots of anything, any links you want to show them, to have them already established in a presentation, and you can show these to students. And this button right here is how students or anybody in your room can download that original presentation to have their own copy of it. So when you're ready to end the meeting, you can go right up here, end your meeting. Are you sure you want to end the session? Yes. It is ended. And then if you made a recording, it would show up right down here, and I would be able to share that in my Google Classroom for any students to watch back live or watch as a recording. So those are the really basic steps to get started in Big Blue Button. It is very intuitive. The steps are simple. There are some great videos out there that have already been made that I'll post for you. And in this video series, we will also have a couple shorter videos that will give you some basic teacher and student features, and then some more advanced teacher and student features. And with a little bit of practice, you can look like a pro using Big Blue Button in no time. Thanks for watching.